What is going on, everybody? Welcome in on this Wednesday, hump day, into Lineman Life Live. I'm your observant lineman, Uche. Nwaneri here with my guest, with my fucking co-host. I always say guest.
What happens, man?
We're here with my co-host, Justin Blaylock. We are your lineman of Lineman Life. And it's a pretty skimpy day in the old sports world, you know? So we did some digging, we did some dumpster diving, and we found some stories for you folks. We found some things to talk about.
A couple morsels for you.
You know what I mean? We scraped a couple morsels off the bottom of the barrel, just like, yeah, this will work. But hope everybody's doing well out there. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Make sure you check out our new TikTok channel. If you haven't already done so, make sure you check it out. We're already getting some movement here on our posts that we've put up so far. Biggest one with 13,000 views, another one with 1,500, another one with 7,800.
Okay.
So
that's without dancing.
Yeah, that's without dancing. We've been on this mug for maybe like 2 days. We got 170 followers. So if you haven't followed us on TikTok, you can follow us there at Lineman Life Live, and you will find us and you will follow us. And that is a direct order. So yeah, make that happen. But, one thing that, I kind of wanted to talk about before we get into like some of the stories, obviously training camp is coming up in the next week. Training camp, hell, somebody's reporting tomorrow. Who's reporting tomorrow?
Oh my God. How, Sway? Oh, Hall of Fame game?
Yeah, whoever's playing in the Hall of Fame games, they're reporting tomorrow or the day after.
Oh God. I just got sick to my stomach.
Just got some vomit in your throat. I already know. I already said the one thing I will never miss being retired is training camp. Don't nobody miss training camp.
Nope.
Hell, training camp is like a traumatic experience you got to go through every year. Once you get through it, you forget all the details of training camp. You don't remember none of the practices, nothing. Because, you only remember the painful moments, just the small glimpses. Never forget my rookie year, going in, not knowing what to expect. Hell, I didn't get past 9-on-7 before they had to cart me out of that mug. Yo, we practiced at 7 at night in Jacksonville, which threw me off because I'm like, whoa, what you mean? We practicing at 7? I'm like, oh, okay. So they're taking care of us. They want to keep us out the heat. Not knowing that they only practicing at 7 p.m. because that may be the least hottest point of the day, but it was still like 96 degrees. Mm-hmm. So we're out there just, I got out there and I'm like, yo, how we going to do this? How we going to do this? We went through individual periods.
This can't be right. This cannot be right.
I'm like, yo, something's not right. And we get through individual and we go into 9-on-7 and, as a rookie, they had us, we didn't go in immediately. So we're waiting for the first group to get done. First group goes through 6 plays. And I'm like,
okay, I think I can do this.
I'm like, 6 plays, huh? Woo, I hope we're rotating because I'm struggling right now, and I've been sitting here watching them run 6 plays.
Oh, man.
We get about 4 plays in. My whole core, my stomach, my shoulders locked up. I just roll onto my side like a fucking turtle. So they take me into the cool zone. That's what they were calling it. They took me to the cool zone, and I'm sitting in the cool zone, and I'm like, my legs are extended straight out. I'm like frozen still. If I move, everything just goes. I'm talking about it, just all falls apart.
Full body.
Because I was able to get up, and they walked me over there, and I'm literally sitting there watching another young cat go into a full body cramp on the ground, and he's just like, oh! And you just got trainers walking around them all casually, like, all right, now, come on, set up, goddammit, set up.
It's not that bad.
Bro, he can't move. He can't move. What do you mean?
Lord.
Look at him. Look at his fingers. He's about to break his own fingers. They're so bent up so hard. So I'm sitting there like, damn, I'm glad it wasn't that bad for me, but I don't know if I can go back in this goddamn practice. So I don't know if I can do this. I'm just sitting there like, I don't know. This is a long practice. Like, it's moving fast. Like,
You know, it's probably
next
in like
thing I know,
period 9 or something. Like,
oh
fuck.
my God. Oh.
There's nothing
Next
more
thing I know, dude,
nothing more
they're like,
demoralizing.
how do you feel? I'm like, meh. In my mind, I'm like, please don't make me go back out there.
I think I'm
I
dead.
stand up, right?
I might be dead.
I stand up and I start chugging some of the Gatorade out of the Gatorade bottle. And I sit back down real quick, and my entire stomach just locks up. My fingers started curling, my triceps starts pulling, and I'm just like, uh-oh. I'm like, no, it's done. So like they couldn't straighten me out after this. They had to take me in and go get an IV. So, I'm sitting here, right? Rookie offensive lineman. The only one, me and another cat were the only ones that were drafted. Everybody else is and he was a 7th round pick. So
okay,
he's basically a guy. Yeah, he's basically a body.
It's cannon fodder.
Yeah. So I'm laying in the back of this golf cart because they put me in the golf cart because they couldn't do nothing else. There's like, yo, this dude's, we got to get him an IV. He's done. He's done. Our O-line coach came walking over, and this is if you knew this cat Andy Heck, you would know the look because you can't see like his eyes. Because even at night, these motherfuckers are wearing Oakleys. Like, it's like, why are you wearing Oakleys at night? But he's got the Jaguar hat down, the Oakleys across, so you can't see nothing up here. And he's just got his hands on he's just holding the game plan in one hand like this. And he's just got his hand on his chin like this, talking to the trainer like. And then I hear the trainer be like, he's done. He's done. He just turns around and walks off with his hand. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm laying in the back of the golf cart looking up like.
Oh, wow. Didn't even acknowledge you.
He didn't even come say nothing to me. I was just like, oh, God, okay. All right. This is a good start. Good start. Attaboy.
Man. Great first day.
And I'm just getting carted out, right? And when they cart you out, they got to take you because they've got bleachers right when you walk into the practice fields. There's bleachers to the right, and it's like this long walkway, and there's nothing but fans on each side of the fence.
Oh yes,
and they're lined up down the walkway, and then I just start seeing fans' heads peeking over the top of the golf cart as it's going down the walkway. They're like, oh, who's that? I don't know. It's like a guy who's hurt. They're taking him in. It's like, oh, hope he makes it.
You couldn't make it past the first day. This does not bode well.
I'm telling you, I was like, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know if I'm gonna do this first full practice, and I'm done.
Send me to Green Bay. Send me to Buffalo.
For real, send me somewhere send me out of this. Get me out of this fucking tropical fucking death trap. Because that's what it was, dude. Like, but I tell you what, come week 1 of the season, when to watch other teams suffer, it's the best. It's the best. We played against Buffalo. It was 121 degrees on the field at kickoff. 121 degrees. I mean, the feeling when you watch a person's entire soul just melt away from them, and it's not even like halfway through the we're not even in the second quarter, and cats are going into the locker room to get IVs because it's like we've been practicing in this for 8 weeks.
Right. I mean, that's almost done for a chicken.
Yeah. I mean, you could actually cook some food if you leave it out there long enough.
The internal temperature only has to be like 140 something.
Oh man,
to eat a fucking chicken.
It was so bad. It was so bad because it didn't even, the fact that we practiced at night, it made it harder to recover for the next day because you're so dehydrated. Oh, you're so dehydrated, and you come back the next day, and my rookie year, we still had 2-a-days. So
that's right.
If you were, oh my God, that shit, so traumatizing. That 2-a-day, you'd have to come back in the morning for 8:30 practice, where the offense just runs, the teams. It becomes a special teams practice about halfway through. So you get one team period and then special teams, and then you're done. So it's like a half practice, but it's you think that because you're not in full pads, you're gonna be all right.
Half is enough. Like, nah, motherfucker, come get this work.
It's like you got on shoulder pads and helmets, which is actually worse because you got shorts on that become soaked in sweat and they get heavy as shit.
Yeah, they're just falling off your ass.
Oh my God, we might as well just come out here in full pads. I'd rather come out in full pads because those pants, at least they're not heavy.
Right.
They're not super heavy.
They're tight enough where they'll stay where where they're supposed to be.
They're not going to start just sliding down. Oh God, dude. I mean,
and it's like literally zero difference in the way we practiced in shells
and then
versus
we're
pads.
doing half line, full speed half line. I'm like, yo, we're not in we're in shoulder pads. We're not in pants.
There's zero difference.
Why are we going full go? Why is this tackle? Because you're no lineman. Where's
the NFLPA? Someone please help me. We're going way too hard.
I'll tell you what.
Somebody remove some of these practices, please.
I tell you what. When I was in Jacksonville for 7 years, I started to notice how cats started not giving a shit. They're calling the NFLPA if you do anything wrong, and I was like, yeah, do that because the coaches be pushing it. The coaches will be pushing it. I'm like, yo, why are we doing one-on-one pass rush drills with only helmets on? This is a full padded drill. Like, nobody's going to benefit from this, but somebody will get hurt.
That's the quickest way to A, get hurt, or B, start fighting.
Yeah.
One-on-ones with,
oh my God,
less than full pads.
If it's less than full pads, because, look, the veterans will always have a certain line you don't cross in that pass rush rep. Like, you don't go past this line of aggressiveness because, one, we're not in full pads. Two, we're vets. We don't necessarily need this work here. This is for the young guys to learn how to do their shit and for us to just keep our shit polished. And, thirdly, when you get hurt in this drill, you get hurt badly. It's never a small injury. I've watched guys dislocate their kneecaps, tear their ACLs, tear their Achilles. I've seen multiple ACLs go during one-on-one pass rush. And it's just like, it's unnecessary. I will not, I hyperextended my knee against Tyson Alualu, which tore my fucking meniscus in the first day of training camp doing one-on-one pass rush. Like, I hate that drill with a passion like none other in this world.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not a drill it's
replicate anything that we do.
It doesn't really, no D lineman rushes that quick, that fast up the field immediately. It don't happen.
It's like, you're a nose guard. Why are you spinning?
Yeah.
You haven't spun in 5 years, in the league. I've never seen one spin move out of you.
They don't even run games with you. They don't even run stunts.
Yes.
What are you doing?
They pull you out on third down. What the fuck, man?
You're not even on the field in a pass rush situation.
Who even taught you how to rip?
I mean, oh God, Tyson Alualu. He made my life miserable on one-on-ones. Every time I would see him line up, I'd be like, which side you want? He'd look at me, I'd be like,
take your ass over
Get your ass over there on Will. What you doing? Get out of here. I'm like, dude, you already know you've done damage to my body already. And you already know you do way too much. You do way too much, and my fingers don't like that shit. But training camp's just special, man. It's a special kind of like torture that you always think you've gotten used to it and you think that you're good, but you always go through like this one. There's the turning point in training camp. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing. There's a turning point at like week 3 where you're like, when is this going to be the fuck over? You're like, hey, when are we getting out of the hotel? When can we go to our fucking homes? When can we be left alone for a minute?
Right.
And you like have a mini breakdown, like in like a 3-day span, you have like a little mini breakdown in your head. Like, fuck, I'm tired of this shit. I want to quit. And then you get into the preseason. And then you're like, all right, I'm cool now. I'm in the preseason now. They let us out the hotels too. By the time you get to like the second preseason game, they would let us out. We weren't, because we did everything in Jacksonville. So we weren't sequestered anymore when, once we got past the first preseason game, all the vets get to go home. But then and then sometimes, because I know my second year, because my first year, it sucked because I had to stay in the hotel and I already had a crib because I went up there. I stayed up there during OTAs, right? So all the vets are gone. And my ass is, and it's just the rookies. We stuck in the hotels, still got the freaking the curfews, and it's just like, oh my God, like this is torture still, more. But then, my second year, Jack Del Rio kind of threw out a little, because we had such a good rookie, my rookie year we went to, two rounds deep in the playoffs. So the next year was such easy. It was still training camp, but it was way easier. Way less full padded practices. They're like, we trying to get a Super Bowl, man. We trying to get a Super Bowl. It's for the trophy, man. We like, yeah.
We need you fresh in January.
We need you fresh. Shoot. So he let the vets out like 3 days early from the hotel.
Damn, okay.
So I mean, it was a party after that. We was like, yeah, let's shit. But the experience is always it's never easy. It's never easy going through training camp. It's always like just this monotonous drudgery, like extreme weather climate. Like it ain't nothing nice. But when you get out of training camp, if you can get out of training camp without being injured, get through the preseason without being injured, and somehow find a way to just save a little bit, like maybe 5% more of your energy, then it pays off because it lets you start the season off fast because you're in great shape. My one indicator was always, I know I need to start like managing things a little bit tighter once my elbows start hurting. Because, once you get them elbows, them dead elbows, oh, bro. It's like, nigga, we can't do one-on-one pass rush today. Right. If we do, I'm losing every one. I can't even do nothing about it. I can't punch nobody.
I couldn't stop a toddler right now.
For real. It's like a 7-year-old could body me right now. If they really put their heart in it, they might be able to get me. Because I can't, when you hold up your arms for more than like 5 minutes, you just feel this numb dagger in your elbows and they just start dropping down like, nah, we can't do that.
Right. Now it's just,
but
how much Indocin can I swallow before practice?
For real. Oh, Indocin. Oh my God.
Probably a hole in my stomach right now because of that shit.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Indocin was, we all had prescription bottles of Indocin. Indocin's like an anti-inflammatory, heavy anti-inflammatory. And look, you had to eat something when you took it, or you would be in pain in practice. You'd be feeling like you're going to throw up everywhere. Just straight nausea. But that stuff, that was a must. I know Brad Meester was like, I won't play in the game if I don't got no Indocin. He's like, I won't do it. He said, and he was dead serious. He was like, I have not missed having Indocin. I have Indocin before practice and before games. And if I ain't got it during the game, I'm not going to play. I was like, Jesus. That's how I felt about Toradol. Shit, I was like, if I ain't got no Toradol, I ain't playing. Sorry.
It was. I didn't get really on the Toradol until later in my career. But Indocin, Ultram, or Tramadol.
Shit. Tramadol, Toradol, same thing.
I thought it was a little less.
It's a little bit less.
Once I had taken them both. But, I mean, yeah, close enough where, you shouldn't be in constant pain. But yeah, that hero shit going out there raw, that was over.
Oh, hell no. Ain't no way. I don't even know. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
Like my first year, I just didn't know. I wasn't in the drug game like that.
Oh, you was tripping.
I wasn't in the drug game.
Shoot, my rookie year, I remember the first game of the season, they was like, T-Train. Cats coming in from the warm-ups. I'm like, what's T-Train? What's T-Train? Like, shit, you don't know about that T-Train. Yeah, gonna go get that shot, that Toradol shot. I'm like, Toradol shot? What? What's that? Boy, I got that T-Train shot because, when I got in that training room, it was the entire fucking active 53 in a line. Just one person at a time. Go into the doctor's office, get a shot in the ass, walk off. Shot in the ass, walk off. Boy, I got that shot, and I said, oh, Lord. I said, oh, all that stiffness.
Everything just loosened up.
It's gone. Everything just loosened up.
It's kind of like
my elbows feel great. My legs feel great.
It's like having a beer on the golf course. All of a sudden, everything is just smooth and just limber.
I was like, wow, is this how you guys played like this on Sundays, huh?
Fortunately, we had the pills, or at least I did. I don't fuck with needles at all. I mean, guys would still go in there, get jabbed, whatever. But I was like,
yeah.
I can't do this weekly. Getting shot every week. I'm not there yet. I'm too much of a pussy.
See, I didn't even know about no pills or nothing. I was like, how did I play in college? How did I play college football?
But you can do anything when you're 18 to 21.
Hey, man.
Run into a fucking brick wall,
I'm telling you.
A dozen times over.
But, training camp, you always remember the drudgery of it. And to me, that's about as good as it's going to get for training camp because I don't really want to remember too much more. There's just a certain crazy moments, but yeah, training camp's going to be starting here soon in the NFL. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of background on how that process is for a player. Because I know one thing, I was counting down for training camp from 30 days out every day. At some point during the day, my stomach would get butterflies, and I'd be like, "Oh shit, training camp in 28 days." Oh, shit. All right, just try and enjoy yourself. Try and enjoy yourself. Try and enjoy your life until then, okay?
Sometimes I'd almost forget it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I just had a moment of existential dread out of nowhere.
For real, anxiety just hit out.
What just happened? Oh, damn. Training camp. I knew it.
Training camp's on Friday. Fuck. All right. I need to go get my checklist and go buy some stuff. I'm going to be prepared this year. I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff to help me get through it. And none of that shit helps you get through it. You're like, shit.
Where the fuck did I buy this?
I spent $3,000 on this fucking ice machine and it don't do shit.
It still hurts.
It don't even make it. Everything still hurt. All these supplements, that shit don't do shit. I ain't got no more energy when I'm out there.
Yeah, it didn't matter. You could drink a pot of coffee and do some fucking crystal meth. It don't matter.
Does not matter. You're going to be out there like, shit, I can't do this. Like, God damn, how much longer? When you get, the worst part is when you be out there, right? And you be like, hey, coach, how long is this individual period? He just keep that look like.
It's as long until it's over, motherfucker.
Hour. You're like, fuck. And it's hot as hell. And you like, okay, so you go through the sleds. Then you go through the dummies or the you holding the pads for each other. And then you start running actual blocks against each other. And it's like, up, keep going again. Up, keep going. Up. Now we're going to go by the D line. And we're going to work full speed, full go with the D line for 20 minutes. Like, Jesus Christ.
And like while we're doing all that, they're over there just working hand drills.
They working hands while we over there going through sleds. They just working hands. They coaches over there like, oh. Good job, boys. Good job. Good job.
These motherfuckers aren't even sweating yet.
Hitting water bottles on a knee watching us.
I've gone through
watching us go through sleds.
I've gone through 2 pairs of shorts already.
For real.
And these motherfuckers
trying to pull your shirt out from under your pads like, fuck.
Just dipping, ripping. Chop, chop. Like, bitch, this isn't gonna work.
Bastards. They never worked. D linemen never worked. They worked in like spurt. That's their spurt. That's all they did. We're over here just grinding. Push the sled 50 yards. Like, what the fuck? Inside zone, outside zone. Woo. Now I'm remembering way too much.
Yeah, that's the
worst job.
Worst job in sports. Offensive lineman.
We complain about our jobs the same way everybody else in society complains about their job. We're like, fuck this shit. I'm not getting paid enough.
Don't let your kids grow up to be offensive linemen. If they fat, just I don't know.
Just love them all the same.
I don't know what you do with a fat kid no more.
Hey, if they can play basketball though.
Yeah, look at Zion.
I mean, hey, what was his name? Big Baby.
Big Baby, tractor trailer.
Big Baby. Hey, once he went to the Big Three, he went to some street league and they showed a picture of this cat. It was like, God damn.
I mean, shit looks like. Sound like Leonard Fournette trying to be in the group.
Oh my God, Leonard Fournette, old fat ass. How you come into minicamp 260? Oh man! All right, so let's take a look here. This is an article from ESPN. This is just a quick update. Well, not update, but rather just a quick headline regarding the international series with the NFL this year. There's high demand, overwhelming demand for Germany tickets for this year's game. And you wonder why. Well, it's because some asshole by the name of Tom Brady is going to be there, I'm assuming. But the article says the NFL say they have been overwhelmed by demand for tickets for their first regular season game in Germany later this year. And that's probably a big reason as to why as well. It's because it's the first regular season game in Germany, as they've now expanded the international series from London and added Germany on as well. I think they're going to be adding another. I think they're going to add another
Mexico City.
Mexico City. You got Mexico City. You got Germany, and you have the UK, London, at Wimbledon. This is a picture actually from Wembley Stadium.
Oh yeah.
I played there before.
See the old Union Jack.
Old Union Jack hanging high. It's a good experience, playing at Wembley. It's a good crowd. It's usually sold out, and the crowd. Football is growing more in the UK than anybody thought it would. They've got a lot of club leagues out there that play football. They've got flag leagues out there that play. Look, in the next 10, 20 years, yeah, there might be a team in London. I won't go too far into that just because if you know how the logistics on that work,
oh my God,
it's really not in the NFL's interest to put a team in London. It's really not.
That'd be so
because
miserable.
The tax situation is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, didn't even think about that.
Highest tax bracket in the U.S. is 39%. I think you add another 25 or 30%, and that's what you get taken out of your check. So you lose about 60% of your check if you play in an international game because it's completely different out there. And they getting your bread because you got to pay them.
Everything free.
Yeah, it's like I need everything free when I'm there.
Y'all need to take care of all my expenses.
Mm-hmm. But it's a great experience. I will say that. It was an amazing experience for me. That was 2013. We played against the Niners. It was a great experience. They put you in this countryside resort, old resort. Like this place is built in like probably the 1800s, 1900s, early 1900s. Just massive, but it has all the amenities. Like they got tennis courts, they got swimming pools, they got everything. The food, like they have, the food was good because we kind of brought our own.
I was about to say, the food over there is trash.
Yeah, their food is trash. They don't season their food in London.
They're going to fish and chip you to death.
For real, but we brought our own food. But it was still like, there was something really majestic about the setting. You know, everybody had their own like suite. So it was like, it was nice. It was really nice. I can't even front. But, playing the game was nice, and for me, it was cool because I knew people out there already. So I was like, I was able to go places that I wanted to go hit up, see people I want to go see. I got some cousins out there. I got to go see my cousins. So it was a good time. But, it's definitely, a vacation for fans who come over, to see the game from the U.S. Like that's probably has a lot to do with the high demand. There's a lot of people who are going to use this as a vacation destination. Like that's what they're going to do. They're going to take an entire week off of work and they're going to fly out to Germany and, they're going to watch the game. Like that's kind of how it's going to go. I would assume. But let's keep going here. It says Tampa Bay Buccaneers will face the Seattle Seahawks at Bayern Munich's Allianz Arena November 13th with legendary quarterback Tom Brady under center. Tickets for the game went on sale Tuesday, but many fans were left disappointed after more than 770,000 people accessed the site at the same time, according to the NFL spokesperson. 770,000 people logged on at the same time to try and get them tickets. That's almost, come on, 750,000. That's crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy.
I wonder how many people try to get Super Bowl tickets when they drop.
The Super Bowl is different, I think, because it's just about who's playing more often than not. But
this is one sorry team, and it's still getting that type of demand.
Well, yeah, you got two big teams, but also you got people who are fans in Germany who probably were trying to get tickets too.
Yeah, I'm sure they want to see. Anybody that you got over here.
It didn't matter who played.
Could have been the Texans
a lot of German people who want to see it. It'd been Texans and the Jaguars. Oh man,
just trash.
Says we are overwhelmed by the demand of tickets for our first ever regular season game in Germany. More than 770,000 fans accessing our ticket shop at the same time is proof of the excitement we see in the market. Tom Brady and the Bucs facing the Seattle Seahawks in November will be the biggest sporting event in Germany in 2022. Our fans can't wait for the NFL to finally touch down in Germany. Yeah, German fans are they're going to be hyped. They're going to be hyped. Other NFL games played outside the U.S. have attracted huge numbers of supporters, with more than 120,000 fans attending the two games played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London last October. That Tottenham Hotspur, oh no, that's not Tottenham. That's I guess that was a new stadium that was just built, so they used that for the game.
Okay.
But now they're moving it back to
Wembley.
With Wembley. So the stadium will host two more games in October with a further fixture at Wembley Stadium. The NFL will also return to Mexico in November with a game between San Fran and Arizona at Estadio Azteca. I would love to play at that stadium too, just to play in Mexico. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I've never been to Mexico City.
Dope.
All these times I've been to Mexico, never been to Mexico City.
Yeah, these international games are, they're fun. They're fun for the fans. It's a new kind of experience for the player. And it's really it's like a vacation for everybody, even though you're still at work. It's still work, right? But you actually kind of want to go sightsee a little bit when you're not practicing, because week is gonna operate just like a week where you're at home, or a week where you're in an away game. Because once you get done with practice, fuck off.
Right? Yeah. Let me go see what's what.
You know what I mean? Like, you just go do whatever you want to do. Like, there's no curfew. There's no nothing. And they don't. When we were in London, didn't start getting a curfew until Thursday. No, till Friday.
Yeah,
but
we're the same.
But we were like solid hour, 15 minutes from London. So it's like you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
And you got to make it quick. Practice is over.
Yeah.
Because it's already 6 o'clock.
Right. They know what they're doing.
You got to figure out what you're going to do. Because you either going to go into the city and you might have to stay in the city that night. Or, you're going to stay here and just go around the area. And I mean, it's like a rural area. So there's not a ton of stuff. But I mean, it's a foreign environment. So you can find something to entertain yourself with anywhere in the area that you're at. So it was good times. But I'm interested. I mean, I'm thinking about that Germany game my damn self. Shit, not even to go to the game. Fuck the game.
Just be at the Hofbräu, the beer gardens.
I'll be in the beer gardens just
that thing gonna be so
smoking
lit.
weed.
That thing gonna be off the chain. God dang. Motherfuckers party.
All right, so moving on from the NFL for a moment, let's take a look at this tribute that took place during the MLB All-Star game. This was a tribute by Denzel Washington, in which he honors the legacy of Jackie Robinson before the All-Star game at Dodger Stadium, 75 years after Robinson became the first Black player to play in the major leagues. Now, I have not heard this or heard what he says here, so this is going to be kind of a fresh view for me as well. But it's Denzel, so he's going to be smooth about it. It's going to be smooth.
Every
So
time.
let's hear what Denzel has to say in his tribute to Jackie Robinson.
Apparently, this was a surprise. Like no one knew this was going to happen.
Thank you.
Oh, this was improvisation.
Ebbets Field, Brooklyn, 1947. When Jackie Robinson stepped onto a Major League Baseball field for the first time, armed with supreme talent and unshakable character, and wearing a Dodgers uniform, he changed the game of baseball and so much more. What he carried with him, what he represented, was towering. On the field, he was the Rookie of the Year, a most valuable player, a World Series champion, and a 7-time All-Star.
Damn.
Beyond the field, Jackie Robinson challenged us to become better versions of ourselves. Business leader, family man, activist, Hall of Famer. He said that life is not a spectator sport, and he lived that motto to the fullest. Whether it was charging down the baselines or standing tall for opportunity and justice, number 42 blazed a trail that would light the way for people of every walk of life and every color, and to this very day, every generation. That inspiration, that profound impact looms just as large today as it did 75 years ago.
And I'm out.
And the fans will.
And I'm done. Pay me my money.
Yeah, that'll be $3 million.
That'll be $300,000 right now. Thank you. No, but a cool tribute for Jackie Robinson. I mean, you got to give it up. First ever Black athlete in the major leagues. And he was a baller too. I mean, it wasn't even like he was just went in there and had a cup of coffee or something. He was balling.
Yeah, it was not a token thing.
Out. It wasn't no token thing. He was good, so it's of course, they'll present someone like Jackie Robinson as an idol, icon, stuff like that, which he is. But I mean, I think it's just kind of, when you have those first sparks of social integration in that way, sports is usually a good way to start it because it's generally the ultimate level playing field where the talent matters more than anything else.
Yep.
And
play?
his teammates hated him. Some of his teammates hated him. And how do you beat that hate? You beat the hate by earning your stripes, by performing, by being somebody who can be relied on.
Right.
And that's why team sports, it's very hard for like racism to split a team up. It's very hard for racism to actually even exist in the way that you see it in regular society, because everybody has to be like responsible and pull their weight, or we all gonna fail.
Right. Like, I'm depending on this cat so I can eat. I'm
depending on him for my livelihood too. You know what I mean? Like, I can't make no money if he keep fucking up, and he can't make no money if I keep fucking up. So
I might not like the guy, but I respect the hell out of him.
You might, and that's the thing. Like, and usually when you start off in those situations, it always transitions into this motherfucker is my brother. Like, you begin to love him because now it's everything stripped away from everything superficial about what we're trying to get done is stripped away, and it's all about the buy-in. Are you buying into the culture? Are you buying into the mission that everybody's on? We're all on the same mission.
Yep.
And it doesn't allow for something like, racism, bigotry, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't allow it to fester and grow because you can't help but respect a man who puts in the same work you put in.
Yep. This motherfucker busts his ass.
Who bleeds, who's bled through and fought through the same pain you fought through.
Yep.
There's a bond that you build a bond in that situation, and that bond exceeds what you look like. You don't even like it. It's not even a concept no more of he's because he's black or because he's white. It's just like, that's my fucking teammate. You know what I mean? That's my brother, and it's crazy because I feel like football and the military are where that kind of sticks the hardest, because you have to do so much to get a team ready to go out and actually perform. It's a lot of strain and a lot of like pressure and a lot of blood to get it done. You know what I mean? A lot of trauma,
Sure.
to get to that point where you're ready to go out and play on a Sunday, so I'm not, I just, I don't want to go into too much of a rant, but I never noticed, and we've even had discussions in locker rooms about racism, but it's never about like how we see each other. It's about how the
People
world,
outside,
the outside world sees each other, because we don't apply it to ourselves because it doesn't really exist here because it can't exist.
Yeah. Some of my best friends have been like some of the most hillbilly looking,
the most redneckest motherfuckers I bet they be my homeboys. And
live up in the mountains.
Oh man, Justin Smiley.
Deliverance looking motherfuckers.
Justin Smiley was like an All-American out of Alabama, first round pick, blah, 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 blah. He came to Jacksonville like after he left Miami. Dude's shoulders were jacked up and all that, but he still had good pop, good energy. And this motherfucker, like, we used to sit in the locker room, man. You know this motherfucker done dropped some N-bombs before. He has. Just listening to him talk, I'm like,
man.
He definitely done dropped some N-bombs. I know he has, but I don't care because he's my teammate right now. And we, and you always welcome in a new teammate, and everybody just kind of, shows them the ropes, like, or just makes them comfortable in this new locker room. And this motherfucker, man, he took us, like, he would go hunting when he would go back to Alabama, and he would bring us these bags of deer beef jerky, these big ass bags of beef jerky, deer jerky. And bro, that made us, we loved that motherfucker for that shit. And he really was a cat. He rode with us. Like he was out there busting his ass, like playing injured, like, you know what I mean? And this is a dude who, because of some of the injuries he had, his career was going to be way shorter. Like, I think he played what? How long? Smiley played 1 year with us, then he retired. But dude was so cool because he put us on the things that we weren't never, that we don't, I ain't going hunting, motherfucker. What am I going hunting for? I'm not going no hunting for nothing. Shit, I go buy it from the store. Shit. But
farmer's market right there.
You know what I mean? But he put us on. And it's like, you know, he brought us into his culture a little bit. And it just made, and again, it's just that's everybody has something that makes them a brother in your eyes. Like there's something about them as a teammate where you're like, that's my brother. And it was kind of that he put us on to some hillbilly shit. And that was like, you know what? I like that. I do like that.
Like you find out we're not that different. Like I do hunt and fish. So I mean, I had teammates that were really into that kind of stuff. And it's like, damn, we're a lot fucking alike.
Yeah, like you're a lot alike. Like, bro, even though I never would go hunting like that, I would go hunting if you asked me to, because you got my trust.
Yeah. But
a lot of the things that piss you off, they piss me off. Like, that's how it is when you get around your guys. Like, everybody finds out how much in common they really got. So there's no need for anything else because we already know that we're good. But Smiley, man, I'll never forget that dude because he was always one of the most positive cats too. Oh, hillbilly to the heart, but he's so positive. And you know, he understood that we're in a business, so we got to try and enjoy what we can enjoy because, you know, everything else is all, you know, it's they're grading everything, they're evaluating us. So, you know, but I just thought he just popped into my mind when you think about people that, you know, you look at him, you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy's if I would have only ever met him outside of football, I would have been like,
oh man,
that guy might be one. He
definitely uses ER.
Yeah, he might be one of the hard ER guys. But no, it was Justin Smiley. Shout out to him if he's watching this. Jason Smiley. Justin Smiley.
Justin Smiley. I remember him.
Justin Smiley. Yeah. Shout out Justin. I know he's probably somewhere hunting right now. He's probably sitting up in some fucking shooter's nest.
Fucking got a big fucking chaw
with a massive dip in. Oh man, that's another thing. That's another thing. That's another thing that only my country ass teammates put me on going back to college. I never, you know, I never used any kind of like dip or anything like that. Just never was a thing I thought of until my senior year in college. My O-line coach, Coach Legg, gave me a big. He let me get a pinch of dip out of his. What did he have? He had a Copenhagen. He had Copenhagen. We were at a bowl game. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead and get some of that Copenhagen there, Uche." I'm like, "All right, dude." Put it in. Standing out there, and you know, we're at the stadium. Where are we playing at? We're playing the Outback Bowl, I think it was, or Capital One Bowl. And I'm sitting there with this big ass dip in my lip, and I'm like,
I was not ready.
I'm like, oh, my shit burning. Oh. I'm trying to dig it out.
Lips all bleeding.
I almost threw up. I was like, how do y'all do that? I almost. Tell you what, second time I put one in though. Just sitting there with a cup. From that moment on, every football season, all the way through pros, every season, when I'm in meetings, every single one of us had a dip in. Everybody had a dip. Shit, we make rookies go get us a whole log of dip. Go get us a whole log.
Sounds about right.
Everybody have a can, just slamming, because it's the only way you can stay awake during meetings.
Yes.
It's the only way you can stay awake during meetings. Because if when you're in the meeting rooms, it's dimmed down, the lights are dimmed down.
Yep.
I mean, I was sitting in the front too, and our coach was in the back, but I'm sitting in the front, and I'm telling you, I'll never forget this shit. I'm sitting there one day. I don't know. I think I got like 0 sleep the night before for some reason. I'm sitting there watching the film. Andy Heck's in the back, monotone as fuck, so he makes you sleepy just by the way he talks.
God damn.
And I literally fell asleep sitting straight up. And then I just heard, I was like starting to have a dream. And then I just heard like a question being asked. So what do we got on this one, Uche? And I just opened up my eyes. I was like, dude. Going to 52, coach. He's like, good job. And I turned my head like a little bit like this.
Everyone's looking at you with dumb ass.
They're like, oh my God. They're like, how'd you get it right? I said, motherfucker, I just thought he said, who do we got on this? I just called the mic.
Yeah. Hey, half the time you gotta be right.
Yeah. He thought it was, when I think about it, I called the mic because there was only 2 backers in the box, and one backer had moved out of the box on a motion. So I didn't see them. I saw like the end of the motion when I opened my eyes, and he asked me, who do we got on this? And I just, you take that pause for a second. I was like, where's the third backer? I'm like, oh, there it is. Let's go to that guy right there. That's the mic right there, right? Yeah, let's go to that guy right there. He's like, good job, Uche. I'm like,
damn right.
I turn around, Brad Meester in the back looking like a 14-year vet looking at me like, how the hell did you get that? We all were looking at you asleep. Only person who didn't know you were asleep was Andy. We all knew you were asleep. I was like, shit, you ain't never all the way asleep.
Right. Learn to sleep light, motherfucker.
Woo! Anyways.
Hey, that post-practice night meeting, that thing done snatched some souls.
Oh my God, dude.
10, 15, 10:30 or whatever the fuck it.
Oh my God. I mean, look, they stopped doing that in Jacksonville. They just let us, we just had to come in earlier to watch film the next day. Because they was like, nah, we getting done at 9 o'clock. We getting done at like 10 o'clock practicing. And then you got to eat. Then you got at the hotel by 11. So shit, we got an hour to get the hell dressed and get out of here. Cats are already dead tired.
We were like right on site. Like our facility had like little dorms. In the back.
Y'all's facility is like a fucking apartment complex with a football fields in the middle.
Yeah. So right after that,
there a couple times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'd always scrimmage y'all, but right after that, the last meeting, I guess it was probably ended around 10:30 or something like that. We just walk across the field, go back to our little dorm, and watch Shark Week.
Yeah. Shark Week be going on too. Yeah. Man, hey, so when y'all had those, did y'all each have was it like an apartment for everybody?
Yes. So it was like, there'd be 4 of us, each one. And there's like a common area, the kitchen and the living room basically. And then four little damn near cubicles.
I was about to say four fucking broom closets with beds in
All your ass had was, we had a bed, an alarm clock, and like a little like a ledge. You could sit up. You could sit and put your feet up, and maybe have your computer on or something. And there wasn't much to it.
What?
And a shitter.
I'll tell you what.
Two shitters because there was 4 guys.
Oh, you need 4 shitters if you got 4 guys.
Oh, there were some times it was getting hairy.
Like, come on!
You had to run upstairs. Hey! Let me in!
Hey, man, I tell you what. Woo! I know during training camp, especially, man, it don't matter what time I go to sleep. It don't matter. You wake up 3 minutes before your alarm goes off. Every time, every day. And you're like
cold sweats. You go, fuck, am I late? I'm late to something.
What
I
time
know I'm
is
late.
it?
I know I'm late to something.
Oh my God. That shit never ceased to amaze me too. Wake up scared as shit, like, oh my God, the alarm go off.
I know I'm late. I know
you don't even have no.
Right now.
It's not like you even have dreams. You don't even have dreams in training camp. It just goes black, and then you wake up. You're like, fuck. You're like, I need more. I need more.
1 second I'm watching the Sharks, and then the next second I'm back in fucking meetings.
Like, what's going on? Oh man. But okay, so let's get into these Madden rankings, because we've been pretty much just talking training camp and shit here. But let's get into these Madden rankings. These Madden rankings are garbage. Let me tell you that right now. Because, and it's weird because when you're like on the side just watching, as we do during the season, check out the games, like pay more attention to different positions. You look at the running backs. I think that the running back rankings, these are probably the closest to being correct of all the rankings that I've seen that they've had so far. But these are our top 10 running backs. Obviously, number 1, Derrick Henry. I think he gets that regardless of the injury, just because he was on pace to do real dirt before he got injured. Like, he was on pace to really do dirt to everybody before he got hurt.
He's been killing the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, the dude is 6'4". Jeez, like, running backs ain't supposed to be that tall, that big. But number 2 is Nick Chubb, which I agree with that. I think Nick Chubb is definitely he's approaching Derrick Henry tier as a playmaker, in my opinion. Now this one,
actually smaller.
Yeah, but he's a little bit smaller, but
strong. I mean, we've all seen the videos of him squatting, like 650 or some shit. Like, damn, I don't think I did that much.
I did 615 one time, and that was my last day ever squatting. I was like, yeah, this is going to be it. Because I'm not getting any stronger than this.
I don't need any more.
It's not going to happen.
Don't need any more. There's no 600-pound. There's no 600-pound nose tackles.
There's not. There's not. Now, Christian McCaffrey, I have an issue with. I have an issue with Christian McCaffrey being number 3, because tell me the last time Christian McCaffrey finished an NFL season without missing a game.
I'm not sure he's ever done it.
I don't think he has at all. And in the last, 3 seasons, he hadn't even played half the games. I don't think.
Probably.
I don't think he has. If somebody
he only played
knows,
I think he played 3
throw
games
that
last
stat
year.
out there for me.
Because the Panthers started 3-0 this past year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he got hurt and just they fell off a cliff.
He got hurt.
But it's been year after year after year for him. It's not like
every year by like the 4th or 5th game, he gets hurt.
Like,
he's
Derrick
out
Henry
for like
got missed half a year last year or whatever he missed. But that's just 1 year. Like
that's like his first injury. That's like
doesn't have the history of injuries like that. This guy, it's been pretty consistent.
Yeah,
I mean, he's immensely talented when he's out there, but it's just something with him.
I mean, he's a freak when he's like actually healthy. But this is my thing. How can he be rated a 96 when he's never really healthy? I think he should be like an 89, a 90, because he's been injured. And if you're injured, every time you get injured, you lose a little bit of that, it depends. But for somebody like him, the injuries that he's had have been like hamstring injuries.
A lot of
he's
hamstrings.
had like some pretty bad hamstring injuries. He's not that explosiveness that he had as a prime player. That is not going to. He'll never reach that point again because of those injuries. Because each time you have a major hamstring injury, like he's had multiple, that like it takes away from your overall ability. Like it does.
No doubt.
And he has not been able to. You can't give him 20, and 10. You can't give him 20 carries and 10 catches or 10 pass attempts anymore. He used to be able to do that every week. I mean, I remember when it was him and Maurice Jones-Drew were like neck and neck in all-purpose yardage because he was like the white Maurice Jones-Drew. he was a smaller
he really
cat.
was, though.
He ran like a freaking like an ox, but he was athletic and he could catch the ball out of the backfield like he was a receiver. And running backs who can catch the ball out of the backfield are extremely valuable because that's almost as good as a run play if you just drop it off to him at the hash and let him he's running with momentum already. But he's not going to have that same level of explosiveness as a player because of the mounting injuries. Once you get injured, you become more susceptible to that injury. And he's had the same injuries over and over. I don't think he's number 3. I would move him down to number 5 or number 6 and be like, that's probably more fitting. Because I do think Jonathan Taylor, even though he pretty much stunk up his last game last year, I think Jonathan Taylor is a better running back than Christian McCaffrey overall. Jonathan Taylor, fat. He's got the explosiveness. He hasn't had to deal with injuries, and he actually carried that.
He led the league last year, right?
Yeah, he led the league in rushing at a certain. I think for a certain point. I don't know if he got the rushing title, but he did lead the league in rushing while the Colts were on like a 5 or 6 game run. That was basically him carrying the entire team. He carried the team. It was on his back and just ran. I mean, look,
they had Carson Wentz. Come on,
they had Carson Wentz. You got to understand what they were dealing with here.
So it's probably 9 and 10 man boxes.
You know what I mean? Like, and look, hey, I will tell you this. You know you have a damn good running back when the defense knows you can't throw the ball. You ain't got a quarterback to throw it with, and you ain't got wideouts who going to catch it. So we're not even going to respect your passing game. We will go single high defense this entire game. We will keep 9 people in the box. And you still have a 12, 13, 1,400-yard rusher. You know you have a premier running back, and that's what they had because nobody respect Carson Wentz throwing the ball. Nobody did. Even hell, the owner of the Colts didn't respect him. He didn't even respect him. So that shows you what kind of talent he is. In Jacksonville, unfortunately, Blaine Gabbert, as a rookie, no one saw him as a threat in any way, shape, or form, so they just stacked the box. I never saw 2 safeties when we played anybody. I was just like, yep, there's that safety right behind the linebacker. I never saw 2 safeties. Always only seen one up high, and then the rest of the defense standing within fucking 4 yards of us. And Maurice still had 1,600 yards rushing with the rushing title. I mean, it was crazy, but it was like the running the ball was almost easier because defensive coordinators they would just do reckless shit, and then once you get through the first level, like you said, you gone. Ain't nobody back there to save them. Now, again, so when we look at this top 10, I would move Christian McCaffrey out of here. I'd move him down to 6. I'd move up Jonathan Taylor and Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook, this guy is a beast.
Yeah, he might be the biggest home run threat in the league.
Yes, these 2 guys right here are better than him, undoubtedly right now. Not to knock him at all, but because of his injury situation, he cannot be number 3. He can't be number 3. That's not giving respect to guys who played the entire season and put up better stats than he did. Joe Mixon, I think Joe Mixon as, if you move, if you move him down to 5 and move these 2 guys up to 3 and 4, I think that from that point on, this is pretty solid. Joe Mixon he had a good year last year, a really good year.
Yeah, he did.
And a lot of that had to do with the fact that you had Jamar Chase out there balling out. You had Joe Burrow balling out, but he had his own good year in his own right. So I think that's fair to have him at 6. I think Alvin Kamara,
he could easily be
that's
higher.
fair. I think,
he missed some time too. He missed some time. I think his rating is not. I think he should be rated. He should be a 93 as well. Because he's also a pass catching threat.
He's also an amazing open field back.
Yeah.
Give him the ball, pass it, or hand it to him in the open field. This dude can score anytime.
Yeah, he's like a black Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, so it's like these guys are the same.
Because he's also a slender guy.
A little bit slender, a little bit. He has a little bit longer, a little bit more range than Christian McCaffrey. A little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Jones, I think he should be a 90. I think he should be a 90. I think Alvin Kamara should be a 93. Aaron Jones should be a 90. I think Austin Eckler should be a 90. Only person who really is truly what his rating is Zeke.
I think
Zeke had a terrible year last year.
I think this is awfully generous for Zeke.
I don't think he should be in the top 10.
Me neither.
I don't think he should be in the top 10 at all. But of course, because the Cowboys are the Cowboys,
but hey,
they're going to get that kind of love.
There's certain perks, when you play for God's
perks
team.
To being a Cowboy. He said God's team. Tripping. God's team. So why God make it so they don't know how to get 2 plays off in 20 seconds?
You got to go through go through the valley to get to the mountaintop.
Oh, okay, yeah, I hear you. But that's what I see it as far as the top 10 goes. I mean, what you agree with most of what we went through?
Yeah, I'm completely on board with that. I'm trying to think if there's any blatant snubs out there. I'm just racking my mind.
I mean, now we've been talking about him, but I think Leonard Fournette I would put him at number 10 over Zeke.
Well, since he's now playing fullback or tight end, put him on the list.
Put him on. Yeah, no, I think that Zeke's just didn't have he didn't have a top 10 running back year. Like, come on, stop.
I was about to say
that's why I don't understand these Madden rankings. These Madden rankings don't make no damn sense.
I'd rather see Cordell Patterson than Zeke right now.
Jeez. Oh. Okay. Easy there.
Oh.
Didn't say hate him.
That's a little far.
Maybe not. Maybe next year it might not be.
Right. Let's say next year you probably see a guy like Najee Harris on there.
All right, now this Najee Harris, boom! I'll put Najee Harris at, man. Najee Harris might be like number 8. Real talk. Najee Harris is going to be a beast.
I bet next year he's on this list.
Oh yeah. So this next list is going to be controversial, to say the least, because I've been seeing that this has been trending on Twitter in regards to how these names are arranged. I haven't really taken a deep look at it. I just been seeing the tweets. But here we have the top edge rushers overall. And I cannot believe that TJ Watt is number 2.
I cannot believe it.
I cannot believe it. You are the Prince Alpha Munda.
Oh, shit.
This does not make any goddamn sense. I'm sorry. He broke the sack record.
I mean, can you not have 2 99s?
He's not even a 99.
Not even a 98. I mean, this is laughable.
What? What is this? Myles Garrett is a 99. Okay, we got to look at some stats here. I can't do this. No. We cannot allow this to pass without proper due diligence of the numbers and statistics of the players. Let me see here. Stats. You got to be mother clucking kidding me. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here, folks. Let's take a look at this, because this is quite honestly very unbelievable. Now, this is the sack leaders in the NFL from last season. TJ Watt has 22.5. I think that tied the record.
Yep.
I think he tied the all-time record. 22.5. So you're telling me EA Sports that the guy who tied the record set by Michael Strahan is 3 rating points worse than a defensive end who has 6.5 sacks less than him. This guy also played in coverage as a linebacker. This guy also played against the run. This guy is strictly a defensive end. How many total snaps did he have?
Yes, okay, I'm looking for that kind of stuff.
He played in 2 more games than TJ Watt.
Oh, that's right. He was hurt.
TJ Watt was out for 2 weeks. But he still had 6.5 more sacks than you.
Still got off like this. Whew. More TFLs.
21 TFLs to 17.
Obviously more
112 yards and sacks to 92.
5 forced fumbles to 1.
5 forced fumbles to 1. So this is a matter of strength.
So that a forced fumble can also be a sack.
Sack fumble. Still a matter of strength, I think. You have to be able to knock the ball out. What is this? Passes. He has 7 passes defended to his 3. 21 tackles for loss, which takes, this is an attribute. This is a stat that you can attribute to play recognition, to physical techniques, leveraging his opponents.
Well, he's also 17. Most likely getting blocked by tight ends in the run game.
In the run game,
maybe
that's fair.
Maybe
no, there because he would be the linebacker in the 3-4. Yeah, it'd be a tackle tight end.
So the combination of
really, because they run the 3-4 in Pittsburgh. No, he'd be getting defensive end. I mean, he'd be getting let me see, getting nose. He'd be getting tackle. Because you got to fan out to them every time.
Well, you better.
Yeah, you better fan out. Hey, you ain't even got to call that no more. It's audible. It's a fan, motherfucker. Period. And he's probably getting chipped as well.
Oh, I guarantee he's getting chips in the pass game.
Yeah, he's getting chipped.
Probably leaving the back end too.
So when you actually compare their statistics and look, Cleveland, I would argue, had a better defense than Pittsburgh. Because they had some names on there. Who else they had? They had a better defense than Pittsburgh did. And TJ Watt really was the main attraction of that defense. And he has 3 fumble recoveries to 1 for Myles Garrett. So Myles Garrett wasn't around the quarterback's arm very much. His sacks were waist down sacks. That's what it looks like to me. Waist down. He got 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 1 fumble for what? Fumble recovery for a touchdown or some shit? Is that what that is?
I know they kept that.
Yeah, fumble touchdowns. He has 1 touchdown. Okay, so he's the only one with a touchdown from a fumble. But okay. He still has 6.5 sacks less. So how do they figure that he is better than TJ Watt? I mean, that's really that's bad. That's bad. So to start this list off, I would definitely move him to number 2, move him to number 1. TJ Watt would be number 1. Myles Garrett would be number 2. I would move, Nick Bosa. I think Von Miller and Khalil Mack, although Khalil Mack, I will keep him at 5 because he did not have as good a year as he was. He didn't have he hasn't had as dominant a time as he's had in Chicago in Los Angeles. So
true.
I would keep him at 5, even though he's still elite level. Obviously, all these guys are elite. Von Miller, I would move up Von Miller to 3 because Von Miller literally can pick when he wants to go off and he goes off.
Right.
He picks when he wants to go off.
You got a fucking Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. Nick Bosa has to play hard every single play. Von Miller can say on anything 3rd and 8 or more, I'm getting the sack. And that's going to happen. Joey Bosa, I think that's fair. I think these two guys on the same defense, I think that's, that's kind of fair. And really, honestly, that might be underperforming at 5 and 6. They might be underperforming. So we'll see how they play this year, but I would expect this to be like maybe 2 and 3 next year if they really ball out. Those two guys. Because you can only double one of them.
Right. Somebody's got to get off.
Somebody's going to get off.
But I guess, you also need a decent pocket pusher in the middle so that they can both.
Yeah, you need somebody. Yeah, you need that nose to push the pocket.
So you can, dip around that corner and not just have the quarterback step up every time.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
But still, 2 elite pass rushers, you should be
on the same D line. I mean, Joey Bosa was just running shop 2 years ago, and so was Khalil Mack. And then you got him on the same D line, and I mean, let's see. Let me take a look one more time at these stats over here.
Sometimes it's like having too many good players on, like in hoops. Like there's only one ball.
Yeah, it's like somebody gonna have to lower their average.
Like we both got to the quarterback. I was just half a second slower than you.
Wow. Hold on now. Am I looking at Khalil Mack? Where's he at? Joey Bosa's 13th. He had 10.5 sacks. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Shit. Hold on now.
You still scrolling. That's not good.
Hold on now.
You got to go next
Joey
page.
Bosa?
Next page? Yeah. What the fuck?
Hey, yo. So Khalil Mack ain't even on the sack page. He ain't even on here.
Well,
he did not have at least 6 and a. Hold on, let me go show more. Oh, there he is. Oh, GP. Shit. Hold on now. He only played in 7 games.
Oh, okay.
He only played in 7 games. He had 6 sacks. So you could say that he would have probably been hovering around 15, 16 sacks as well.
Okay.
Because he would have had 12, and let's say he gets 6 in the next 7 games. Then you got 3 games left. Let's say he gets 2 more, so he'd be right around 15. Okay. So he would have had a good season, but he only played 7 games, so he's number 50.
Shit.
He's number 50. All right. So, I mean, hey, everybody gets a pass. He can get a pass on that. I ain't got no problem with that.
Injury's part of the game.
Cameron Jordan, he's a try-hard. He's not very athletic, but he's a try-hard. Yeah. And try-hards kind of piss me off.
Oh, so annoying.
They piss me off because they do shit that causes little problems with you that it's like, yo, you were nowhere near getting a rush on this guy, but you decided you were going to karate chop the top of my knuckles and damn near separate my damn fingers from my shit. Even though you knew you weren't getting nowhere near that, and I already had you blocked out. Why did you do that extra shit? That's the kind of guy I see him as. Because it'll make you mad. He'll be like, motherfucker, fuck. Like that's what he does.
Oh man.
So, I will the tryhard lets him stay at 7. The tryhard keeps him at 7. And I think DeMarcus Lawrence could be low. I think he could be lower. He could be lower.
This is pretty generous. He didn't play
generous too.
He didn't play a lot last year.
We know why.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, we know why. Where's he at on this list? He's not in the top 20.
I don't think he played much.
Oh, when did he get hurt?
I feel like it was pretty early on.
Oh, yeah, because he's not even on. Oh, my God. He ain't even on the list. He ain't even on the 90. He's not even on here. There's 92 names on here. He ain't on here. Yeah, he must have got hurt early.
Yeah, I think
Early,
it might have been
early.
It might have even been coming out of camp.
Yeah, he's not on here. He's not on here. Whew. So that's the thing, right? So to me, maybe, okay, so if they tell me he's number 8 because of his injuries and he didn't play much, I'd say cool. Because I think he'd probably be more in the typical season for DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, I don't know. Since he got paid, it's just kind of his shit has kind of gone sideways.
He hasn't had double-digit sacks since 2018.
Yes, I'm about to, since he got paid.
I just looked it up now. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, all right. So why is he in the top 10?
Yeah. So last 3 years is 3, 6.5, and 5.
Oh, this dude is get him out the top 10. Chandler Jones is I don't know what kind of season he had last year. Let me see if he's on this list. Oh, he had 10.5 sacks. Okay, yeah, he's good. He played in 15 games. So he had 10.5 sacks. He had multiple. He had 12 tackles for loss. He had 6 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. Yeah, Chandler Jones is good. Chandler Jones should be at the number 8 spot over DeMarcus Lawrence. That's I'm definitely at least the number 8 spot. If we're being realistic,
if they're both 90s, he could. I mean, I guess you could swap them just because you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I would.
I don't know how they chose to put one guy at 8, 1, and 9 if they're both 90s.
Well, it's probably one of the attributes in the stat in his stat portfolio.
It's not even it's definitely not alphabetical.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then you got Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary actually made a lot of good plays. I think he gets into the top 10 with how he played in the postseason last year because he made some big plays for them. So, that's kind of where I'm at with the edge rushers. I think this is egregious. This is disgusting. And it's pretty much shows that these cats they be making shit up in their mind sometimes. There ain't no way that TJ Watt should be number 2 on Myles Garrett. Get off Myles Garrett's dick, please. Please.
Yeah, I wouldn't even care if you had them both at 99. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if they were both at 99, but TJ Watt.
But TJ Watt has to be as good as any other edge rusher. He doesn't take a backseat to any rusher.
He don't take a backseat to none of them. Because
and damn sure not a 3-point backseat.
Yeah. Hell no. Hell not. I mean, a 96. I mean, stop the madness.
Stop the
madness. I mean, that don't even make no sense to me. But anyways, that is going to be it for us here tonight, ladies and gents, for Lineman Life Live. Do appreciate y'all for being in here. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel. Share the live stream with your friends. Check us out on TikTok. We're on TikTok. And definitely, be sure to leave a comment on videos that we upload on TikTok and on YouTube. But we do appreciate you guys for being in here with us. We hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your hump day. And we will catch you all on the next live stream. See you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.
All right.